Cal State East Bay's Department of Theater and Dance puts on the docudramatization of the 1998 murder of Matthew Shepard.
The Cal State East Bay men's basketball team prevails in last weekend's conference games. Pioneer Web TV News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Pioneer Web TV News. I'm Allison Armour.
And I'm Chris McBride. Today we'll continue our coverage of current events and issues affecting the Cal State University East Bay campus. First up, let's take a look at our top stories.
Students in the Theater and Dance Department pay respect to Matthew Shepard in the Laramie Project by embodying its community members. Shepard was a student at the University of Wyoming who was tortured and murdered near Laramie in October of 1998.
Seeing what appeared to be a young man, 13, 14 years old, because he was so tiny, laying on his back, and he was tied to the bottom end of a pole.
They wanted to teach him a lesson not to come on to straight people.
And as I told you, homosexuality is not a lifestyle in which I agree with. But when you're thrown into something like this, you know, I guess I just didn't understand the magnitude with which some people hate.
President Obama signed the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Hate Crimes Prevention Act into law in 2009. The law is an expansion of the 1969 United States federal hate crime law, which now includes crimes motivated by a victim's actual or perceived gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, or disability.
Cal State East Bay's music department hosted an admission-free percussion ensemble recital on November 29th in the University Theater. The event featured works for percussion by Daughtry, Simon, and others. Pioneer Web TV News reporter Charlene Colley covered the story.
The Department of Music presented a percussion ensemble recital, which was held by director Artie Storch on Tuesday, November 29th in the University Theater. Percussion is any type of musical instrument that is used to produce sounds through means of striking, scraping, or plucking the instruments. The instruments used for percussion are timpani drums, snare drums, bass drums, xylophones, triangles, and tambourines. There are 4 pieces played in the recital: Sizzle for rain dancers, A Boy and His Dog, and The Emperor and the Nightingale. This recital is a degree requirement and is also part of their final grade. Check out the Department of Music website at music.csueastbay.edu for updates on musical events next quarter. This has been Charlene Colley reporting for Pioneer Web TV News.
Thank you, Charlene. For other upcoming events, CSU East Bay Voice students will perform music of Mozart on January 26th in celebration of his 255th birthday. For more information on this event, call 510-885-3167. Up next, we'll take a look at highlights from the CSU East Bay men's basketball games from this past weekend.
We'll also look at coverage of the Alpha Phi Teeter-Totter-a-thon after this short break.
Kettle corn is the ideal snack. Kettle corn is so easy to make, anybody can do it. First, you must clean the kettle pot. Second, add and heat up oil. Third, add popcorn and sugar. Lastly, stir so that the sugar caramelizes as it pops. You can enjoy a free small bag of popcorn with a coupon from the bookstore.
Welcome back to Pioneer Web TV News. It was a busy weekend for men's basketball as they faced off against their first conference matchups of the season. Saturday night's game against Humboldt State put East Bay at a 2-0 in the CCAA. Here's Pioneer Web TV News reporter Amanda Zepeda with the recap.
Here we are at the Pioneer Gym where the Cal State East Bay men's basketball team has just defeated Humboldt State to start the season off 2-0 in the conference. The Pioneers entered a much-anticipated weekend with a 2-2 overall record, ready to take their first look at the conference. After beating Sonoma State on Friday night in their CCAA opener, the Pioneers entered Saturday night's game in high energy, ready to take on the 5th-ranked team in the nation in Humboldt State, who were undefeated entering the game. A fast 8-0 scoring attack led by Mark Samuels in the first 5 minutes of the game helped start things off for the Pioneers as they defeated Humboldt 88-82.
I felt like before the game we had great energy. We was playing a high-ranked opponent, so it made us more motivated to come here and strive for a win. So that was good. Everybody pulled together, everybody contributed, and we came away with the win.
We saw a late game scramble there at the end, but you were there to regulate between your teammates and the opposing team. What does that mean in terms of your role on this team?
Just make sure things don't get out of hand. I mean, we got multiple point guards, so it's kind of easy to keep things in hand and everybody work together. But the most thing was to stay poised and just make sure we don't give up the lead and just keep the game in our control.
After a 2-0 conference weekend, what are your visions for this team moving ahead?
Just to stay humble. I mean, this was a good win, but then in all, we got to stay humble and move to the next game. If we keep playing how we playing, we'll make a lot of people proud. So hopefully we can keep this up, have a good weeks of practice, and see where it takes us.
Already in the season, the Pioneers have matched their total conference wins they had last season with 2. Under the direction of head coach Will Biggs, it's no secret that the Pioneers believe they are a better team this year than last year, and the new players are stepping up and contributing as well. Freshman Jakari Whitfield helped lead the team to a 2-0 conference record, scoring 12 points in the game.
Today was a real big game for us. They were ranked number 6 in the nation, and they were picked to be the number 1 team in our conference this year, and to beat them is a very big win. Very big win for us, at least.
This is your first year with the Pioneers. So far, what is the vibe on this team, and how have you acclimated?
It's a very, very great vibe. We're a very tight brotherhood, as we like to call it, and we're close on and off the court. So that makes everything easier for us. Just keep supporting us. The more support, the more better our basketball team is going to be. I guarantee we'll keep getting wins if they just keep coming to support us.
Prior to the start of the season, the Pioneers men's basketball team was predicted to finish last in the conference according to the coaches' poll. Humboldt State was picked to repeat as the CCAA champion. After Saturday's game, however, the Cal State East Bay basketball team has shown the rest of the conference that they are not a team to be taken lightly. For Pioneer Web TV News, this is Amanda Zepeda.
The Pioneers look to keep improving their conference record as they face Cal State Dominguez Hills at home on December 12th and Cal State LA on the 13th.
CSU East Bay's Alpha Phi sorority hosted their Teeter-Totter-a-thon, a charity event to support cardiac care. The foundation supports research in women's heart disease and uses the money donated to provide grants to hospitals. Pioneer Web TV reporter Sherlyn Santos covered the event.
I'm here in front of the Student Union where Cal State East Bay's sorority Alpha Phi is hosting a charity event for cardiac care which provides research for heart disease. As sorority members started their day off early by asking for donations, they were able to provide a small area with 3 teeter-totters lined up so that students were able to become kids again.
Every year Alpha Phi holds a Teeter-Totter-a-thon. It's held at the Union from 10 to 4. And we raise money for the Cardiac Care Foundation, which supports research into women's heart disease. Annually, they give a grant to one hospital that all the chapters in the United States and Canada fund. So last year, the grant was $50,000 to Washington State Hospital.
Teeter-totters were chosen not only as a symbol for the heart, but it also shares a deep meaning with the Alpha Phi members, who have been supporting cardiac care since the sorority had been founded.
We do this to support cardiac care because cardiac disease is the #1 killer in women, and we are a sorority based on women. By us teeter-tottering, it represents the heart, the way the heart beats, and that's our movement. And our motto is union hand in hand, so we're all here together to do it.
The Alpha Phi Foundation supports cardiac care, so that means donating money to hospitals that are doing research for Hearts, the Forget Me Not Fund, which gives money to sisters that are in need, like sisters that have gone through natural disasters. Like I know during Katrina, we donated a lot of money to sisters that lost houses. If your family's in dire financial need, we can give you money to that. It's also a scholarship fund, so every Alpha Phi sister can apply for the scholarship.
I've always enjoyed this philanthropy event. Ever since I've been here as a freshman on campus. I'm a junior now, and they've done this 2 years in a row, and it's definitely been one of my favorite events that they do. It goes towards a good cause, and having the teeter-totters is always kind of a little fun get-together thing.
As Cardiac Care receives donations, the Alpha Phis will teeter-tot their way through the day. I'm Shalyn Santos signing out for Pioneer Web TV.
Have a heart, save a heart.
Thank you, Sherlyn. Alpha Phi will host their annual Red Dress Gala this upcoming spring quarter, whose proceeds also go to the Cardiac Care Foundation. That wraps up the final edition of Pioneer Web TV News for this fall quarter. I'm Chris McBride.
And I'm Allison R. Moore. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next quarter. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.